Hey YouTube. Hey, Toby and I are up here on the far eastern edge of the BWCAW. You can see here the fowls. This line here represents where the boundary waters goes. So anything, this is north, south, west, east. So anything west of here is in the boundary water. So you can see on the fowls, the far western edge of the watershed there is just touching the boundary water. So, but Toby and I are right here, and you can see we just paddled through Royal Lake, which the earlier in the season you can do this, the better. There's a lot of reeds and weeds that pop up in there, so you really have to kind of fight a little bit later in the season to get through that. But right now it's mid-June, and it was pretty easy for us to get through there. So what I'm highlighting in this video for you is the portage from Royal Lake here into the Fowl Lake watershed. So we've got North Fowl and South Fowl. So it's that portage right there. It says 160 rods. So what does that portage look like? Well, I'm about to show you. Okay, and I'm going to time it, and just so you guys know, on my stopwatch, how long it takes to get there from point A to point B. So once again, this is from Royal Lake into the Fowls, and we're going to do this 160 rod portage. So okie doke. Let me show you this is where you come in, and that is part of the Royal River out there. And we came from the south here, and the current, obviously, as you can see, is going to the north, so it makes a nice paddle coming from the south. so anyway, this is your where the portage begins, and we are on our way. So let me start my stopwatch, and here we go. Okay, and Toby's gonna guide the way here. It's been years since I've been on this portage. And I seem to remember it being pretty level. 160 rods, so I think we're approaching somewhere probably around a quarter mile, I don't know, something like that. Beautiful lush green in here. The fowls, by the way, are excellent fishing. Walleye and all kinds of species, big fish in there. So, and it's beautiful. The if you guys come in here, the bluffs on the south side of South Fowl are absolutely to die for. The views are just amazing. Go on, Toby, go on. 160 rods, and we'll just kind of see how long it takes to get across there. Haven't gotten much rain lately, so there is mud in here, but it's not real bad. And there's a nice little garter snake. You guys can see him wiggling through there. But in a really wet, rainy pattern, this would be a swamp. So I'm traveling north and east right now, and the Royal River is right along just on the other side of this little strip of forest in here. You can hear the river and stuff. It's not a real strong current, but I'm sure in other seasons when the water level is higher, it can be a little bit of a torrent back there. Royal Lake is a pretty small lake, obviously, if you saw on the map there. But like I was telling you earlier, it can really get grown over with reeds and almost impossible to get a canoe through there. But luckily, Toby and I are up here in June, and the reeds aren't too much of an issue at this point. But so it just makes everything easier. Pretty level so far. Pretty nice portage. It'd be nice to see a posé here and there. For those of you that don't know what a posé is a canoe rest that would be like, see this tree here, be like built at an angle, and then you just walk along the portage here, and then you rest your canoe on there. So just those are always nice to see on portages. So, and is it portage or portage? Well, I think portage is more French. Parlez-vous français, monsieur? Oui. Look at that black bear up there. What's he doing? Oh, geez Louise. Seriously, dude, you're on camera. Seriously? It's gotten into you. You don't cut loose like that on camera. LOL. Spring 2020. Crazy year so far, but sure is great to be out here in the wilderness, away from all the crap back home in Minneapolis. Okay, so we're just about 5.5 minutes so far. You can just look at the timer on the video too. It's just as easy. So the overgrowth is what you'd be pretty concerned with when you're carrying a canoe through here. It's kind of thick in spots. You know, you're gonna have to be carrying a canoe through here on your shoulders. And so you don't, just have this to worry about, the trail conditions, but you also have the overhead, the brush and all that kind of stuff. So, but I'm very happy to say that it's pretty level. So far. Coming down to the river's edge here. And the portage continues. So one, if they wanted to, could probably put their canoe in there, I'm thinking. If they wanted to. I don't know how much further the river goes on here, but okay, so this river is pretty shootable, with a canoe this season, spring 2020. There's enough water where a guy could, take his canoe through here. Okay, and here we are. And so what'll happen is 8 minutes 15 seconds basically. That's what it took to walk all the way across there. So basically the South Fowl, North Fowl watershed will be down here around the corner a little bit, kind of open up, but all paddling from here north will be pretty easy. So, but anyway, that is the Portage in the far eastern BWCAW from Royal Lake into the Fowl Lake watershed, north and south Fowl Lake. And like I said, it takes about 8 minutes, so right around there. I just walked at a regular pace, so nothing really hefty. So, and it's a pretty level portage, so that's nice for everyone checking this video out that wants to come this way to know. So, all right, folks, thanks for checking this video out. And if you like the content that you've seen here, feel free to subscribe, like this video, and comment all you want. I love to talk about the videos, guys, that I make. I love to share all my experiences with you guys, and just talk about, and if you've been on this portage, you've been in this area, just let me know what your thoughts are and stuff. But once again, thank you for tuning in to my channel here, and like I said, feel free to subscribe. The more subscribers, the better. So, okay, guys, happy camping.